to the Video Game Town Hall podcast just by listening. You're a cool dude. I'm your host and the mayor of Video Game Town, Jared Russo. And on the council with me is the person who actually runs the town government, who knows about bureaucracy and red tape and corruption. Not that he's corrupt, but he just knows about the corruption in the town. And that's Grant Brunner.
It's me. It's a me, Mario.
So order, that's my gavel. We have a Patreon, and I highly recommend that you check out the Patreon because we're adding even more things to the Patreon that are exclusive.
True.
So if you like reading, if you like listening, if you like being in a Discord, watching, bonuses, thank yous, all sorts of things are coming. So I highly recommend going to patreon.com/videogametown. Is that the URL?
It's true, but the easiest way for people to remember, you go to videogame.town/donate. That will link you out so you can get a Patreon subscription. You could even get gift subscriptions. If you're already subscribed and you want to give the gift of Video Game Town to someone else, you can do that. It also links to our Ko-fi. So like if you don't want to do a month-to-month subscription, you could just give us some money because you like us, and all that good stuff. So videogame.town/donate. We do a monthly bonus podcast on the Patreon. Jared, he'll be writing some stuff that is exclusive to Patreon. I have a video. We also the high level, the people who have the $25 level, they're choosing what we're one of the weeks that we're streaming this month in October. We're almost done, and it's looking like we have a thing, but I won't say it until because we still have a few days as we're recording this before it's done. But yeah, it's great. If you wanna support us, indie media, support our Patreon, give us some Ko-fi, hit us up. We would love it. And then of course, if you don't have any money, you don't have spare cash, you can only pay for groceries and your mortgage or whatever, don't worry about it. You can help us out by giving us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you just give us a 5-star rating or you write a nice little review, it would help us out a lot.
I'm going to end up making alt accounts and subscribing to our Patreon just so I can vote for what we stream every month. I think that's my plan.
Jared, I don't want to blow your mind, but you can also influence it in other ways because you're part of the company that we run.
No, I'm going to inflate the numbers. I'm going to juice the numbers, which is stupid because giving money from my own pocket to Patreon to then get less of it back because they take a cut. But
no, it's bad. Don't do it.
We'll see. So I've been playing a game called Ghosts of Yotei. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. And the performance by Erika Ishii, I hope I said that right. Ishii. They play Atsu in Ghosts of Yotei, the ninja samurai ghost, and their performance is very, very good. And you get to see their butt when they go into the hot springs, into the water.
The camera, like they're just film of Erika Ishii's butt.
I don't know if they mocap that part, but
I don't think I'm going to say they probably didn't mocap Erika Ishii's butt.
Well, you're right, probably, but Jin from the previous game, you also got to see his butt, so that was cool.
It's a butt-heavy franchise.
It's great. And that got me thinking about the best performances that we have ever seen. And so you told me I had to come up with a list of 5. I came up with a list of 20.
Yeah, you had a list of 20, I said, cut that shit down. Get rid of those.
I'm having a real hard time. We'll rapid fire through honorable mentions, but
I'll start. Maureen Corley, played by Kath Soucie, in Full Throttle. Now, it's kind of hard to pick just one really good performance because I think so many of Full Throttle has a bunch of good performances. I almost picked the actor who did Malcolm Corley, as I think he does a great job. Mark Hamill is in that game. He is the bad guy. He does a great job. Ben Throttle, the protagonist, is great. But I think Kath Soucie does such an incredible job as Mo. You've definitely heard her voice in kid shows. I want to say she's a Rugrat of some type. And Kath Soucie just knocks it out of the park as Mo. Mo is such a fully fleshed out, so much of her performance gives you who that character is. I just love that. I mean, I love Full Throttle to death. I love LucasArts games to death. But I think that those games, let's reframe it as how things were back in the day. If your audio drivers were fucked up, or you had an audio card that was incompatible for some fucking reason, and because if you were playing PC games in the 90s, getting audio to work was one of the hardest fucking things you could imagine. It was a fucking nightmare. So if you're playing it without the audio, without their voice performances, I think that you're losing just a lot. Like, you're still getting the game and you're still enjoying the writing and the puzzles and all that stuff, but I think so much of that game is in the performances, and I think that of all of them, of a game that's filled with like really good, memorable performances, I think Katsushi as Mo tops the list.
I have not played Full Throttle.
One day, Jared.
One day. You also mentioned Mark Hamill, like the Joker,
but he's mostly a Joker in like the Batman the Animated Series, and like he is the Joker in video games, but it's kind of like, I guess, like on like a technicality, but it's not primarily. That's not primarily his place.
Let's just give a shout out to Kevin Conroy, the best Batman, and Mark Hamill, the best animated Joker.
I had to explain to my wife why some Batmans matter more than other Batmans. Yeah, Michael Keaton and Kevin Conroy are the two Batmen of note to me. The rest, there are plenty of fine Batmen, but those are the two that are the Batman to me.
I would say Christian Bale doesn't get enough love. This is a side tangent.
It's fine.
No, you forget he's Christian Bale. Like, a lot of times actors, you're like, oh, that's Denzel Washington. He's playing Denzel Washington. But, like, you just forget that Christian Bale, like, he just so blends into the background.
When he's Bruce Wayne, he's very Christian Bale-y.
I don't know. I kind of I'm like, oh,
that smug piece of shit. He could easily be him in American Psycho or whatever.
No, he's a little more capital A acting in that and some other stuff. Plus, he's not American, so, you know, but just like a flawless American. Like, yeah, I just don't think twice about it. And Robert Pattinson is really good, really good.
Yeah, it's not.
I enjoy him. No. I mean, we could have a lot worse.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, like Val Kilmer, for example, or George Clooney, for example.
Clooney, yeah, cash in checks.
Cash in Clooney. That's what they call him.
Boy, he's always cashing those checks. Okay, so the first thing that came to mind for this was how underappreciated comedy is because there are so few comedy games, and how everyone in Portal 2 nails it. So Stephen Merchant as Wheatley and J.K. Simmons as Cave Johnson. I don't think you're going to find a better comedic, like, 1-2 punch in any game, even though there are very few games that are legitimately funny. Like, I love funny games, but they don't have the performance you're looking for, like in a Bennett Foddy game or in Jazz Punk or, you know, things like that. But Portal 2, oh my god. Home runs.
Ellen McLean as GLaDOS.
Yeah.
It's tough in 2025 because it's been so overdone, but was like very much a revelation. Like very much doing it's Shodan from System Shock but funny. Like it's good. It's good.
It's great. Like they use that voice in like Pacific Rim, you know, like it kind of became a little miniature thing. Her singing, but for me,
those noted Jonathan Colton songs.
For me, it's like elevating the words on text to like J.K. Simmons yelling about like moon rocks turning into dust into gel, or like when life gives you lemons, like who gave you these lemons? I don't want your stupid lemons. Throw the lemons back. Oh my god, just all-time stuff, incredible.
And that's written by Eric Walpole of Old Man Murray fame.
You are making me so old by saying all these things.
I think this will not surprise you. Arya T'Loak from Mass Effects 2 and 3, performed by none other than Carrie-Anne Moss, maybe the most underloved actress of our lifetime. Does not get nearly enough credit, does not get nearly enough work. She's an all-timer. She is so fucking good. She elevates Arya. Like, Arya is legitimately, like, terrifying. She feels like a mob boss in a way that, like, here is a miscellaneous Krogan, like, I just talk like this. Oh, I'm a tough guy. It's like, sure, it's fine. But Arya's, like, the way that Carrie-Anne Moss performs Arya is really, really fantastic. Incredible. And also, like, Martin Sheen as the Elusive Man is also really, really fucking good. I was, like, kind of going back and forth, but I think Carrie-Anne Moss is better.
Carrie-Anne Moss, who you might remember from Memento.
Or the motherfucking Matrix.
I know, that was the joke. I was hoping you were going to yes and me and name other weird things that she was in.
I don't know if I can even give you more Carrie-Anne Moss movies. I probably, if I looked at her filmography, I could probably say like, oh yeah, she was in that. I have seen Memento, so I will give you that. And she's really good in Memento, even though she's like barely in it.
Of course. I've never seen her in anything in which she's not just straight up killing it. But you mentioned Mass Effect and you didn't want to bring up the Sheps or Seth Green?
Listen, because those are good. They're all good. Like, obviously, those are incredible performances. Like, Jennifer Hale's Femshep is incredible. The actor who does Garrus, incredible. Jack, Miranda, like, those are all great. I love them all. You can't, but you have to make a list of 5.
I made a list of 20. I'll just name them eventually. Although you will probably cut them, like, in the editing, so.
What's 4?
Oh, I didn't know these were ranked. I'm tossing these out.
Okay, what's your next one then?
Oh, it's the next one. Thank you. I would be remiss if I did not bring up a performance that was done mocap, so full body and voice, but then also done on a stage, one time live, IRL. So I've seen it both in-game and with the people. And it works both ways. It's Joel and Ellie. I know it's
Pick one. Pick one.
Don't tell me to pick one. No, I don't.
Pick one. Pick one for your list. You can't have both.
Why not?
Because it's a list of 5, not a list of 6.
No, I'm not following this. Joel and Ellie are so integral to the heart of those games. And it should not have made sense to have Troy Baker, like, walk in as this, like, tall, blonde, like, handsome California man. And he just, like, out of his mouth is, like, an old grizzled Texan. Like, it shouldn't have worked. Yeah. And it does work. And the less of them, the worse the game is. Like, when it's not about them. I'll probably give it to him and not Ashley. Although I love Ashley Johnson, but
she's so good.
She's so
fucking good.
She's so good. Like, god damn.
And she's really good in 2. My next one is Senua, played by Melina Jurgens. In Hellblade.
You stole
one. Sacrifice.
You stole one from me.
Get fucked.
That's fine. I have more. That's fine.
She's so good, and by all accounts, she was not an actress, which is the wildest part. Where they were just like, "Hey, this lady who works for us, she looks cool. What if you did some stuff?" And then she just crushed it so hard. They were like, "Yeah, okay, we're gonna keep this because she's so fucking good." Everything in that first game, I think her performances in the second game are really good. And obviously, like, the tech in the second game allows you to, like, even more detail into her performance, and it's really, really outstanding, her performance. And not just like the facial stuff, which is obviously the easiest thing, but, like, very nuanced. And it's like, English isn't even her first fucking language.
She was an audio engineer or, like, some other job, and they needed someone to do that, like, tech demo. Yeah. Like, I can't,
crushed
like,
it.
That's like, in Hades, they, like, took Darren Cross, and they're like, "Hey, can you, like, record some voiceover work?" And then he's Zacharias.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Ashley Barrett, the main lady singer in those in the Supergiant games, just an employee, and then she's also just an incredible singer. Just happens to also be fucking outstanding.
I'm gonna go ahead and, because you might snipe these from me, I'll take this one off the board. Christopher Judge as Kratos turns...
No, I definitely would not have done that.
I don't care. It turns a one-dimensional rageaholic in an action game, and, like, actually makes something of it in the same way that, like, BJ Blazkowicz was like, that is a name on a piece of paper and, like, a 2D sprite, and then in the modern Wolfenstein games became, like, an actual character. Like, what he does with Kratos, never in my wildest dreams would I ever imagine, like, that performance was gonna, like, knock my socks off. But he did, and it makes those games incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, that's good. The other thing, like, in those games is kind of the entire cast is crushing it. What the fuck is his name? The head.
Yeah, Mimir,
yeah. Just a great, it's a great voice. It's a great voice. The twin dwarves, incredible. Like, those, and then, like, Freya. Great.
Sindri, Brock.
Like,
yeah.
Those are all great performances. I think Freya's voice is exceptional.
I agree.
But no, those are good games. But they don't. I wouldn't think that they rank for me. Like, I don't feel as passionate about those games as you do. My number 2, Delilah, played by Cissy Jones in beloved classic that is now knocking on 10 years old. Firewatch.
You motherfucker, you keep stealing ones from me.
She's so good. You never see that character. You don't ever see that character in the entire game. You have this whole relationship with this woman over the radio, and she feels like a full, whole person who has likes and dislikes, who is so fucking sassy, and like she builds a like the theater of the mind so effectively in that game, and you talk to Delilah so much, and so much of the storytelling is done through dialogue between the main character and Delilah, and Cissy Jones knocks it out of the park. She does a great job.
It is impossible not to fall in love with that character while playing that game.
She's great.
She's going up against Rich Sommer, who plays, God, what the hell's the name of that character on Mad Men? He plays the TV guy on Mad Men.
I know one name of one character, Bob.
Harry Crane.
Not great, Bob.
No. That's the secretly gay dude who they hire in season 6. That Pete Campbell runs him into the elevator. Okay, so Rich Sommer plays Harry Crane on Mad Men, but he is the main character in Firewatch. But no, it goes to her. 100% it goes to her.
For sure. Cissy Jones crushes it. What's your next?
I have 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know what my 2 are, and then we'll get into honorable mentions very quickly. Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, season 1.
There's probably I would say probably 3 really good performances in that game.
And yet, I think if push came to shove, everyone would end up having to choose him.
I mean, he's really good in it. He's has a great. I really love Kenny.
Yeah,
but yes, Lee is great.
Did you play season 2?
I've played all of them.
Okay, so we won't get into spoilers, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Off mic. Yeah, Clementine and Kenny, and there's some other fun, notable characters who pop up along the journey. Isn't Madsen? He's a bad guy in one of them, right? I think Michael Madsen's the bad guy in season 2. Anywho, Lee Everett is the heart and soul of that game, and I sort of made that game what it is. Not just because like his voice sounds so cool, but because it's like impossible not to like fall into the shoes of that guy. Even though in the back of your head you're like, what did he do though to get arrested right at the start? What kind of a piece of shit is this guy? But it all melts away. It crumbles because of the choices that you get to make as the player, but your relationship with Clementine.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like I think Clementine's performance is great, but you get she's so little kid in that first game that you don't really get the depth of Clementine's performance until much later.
I think that first season,
she's the main character in 4. She's good. Like Clementine's a great character.
That first season is an absolute all-timer, and then the more I played of season 2 and 3, the more I was like, ugh.
The really sad thing is like I was back on board with the last one, and that is during that Telltale explodes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, Telltale's back, everybody! And it's like, check this out! No, we're not!
God, we are never getting The Wolf Among Us 2, and that is... God, I love The Wolf Among Us.
Well, I will say, Dispatch is being made by a part of, like, a spin-off of the original Telltale that collapsed. Some of those people that made Tales of the Borderlands and The Wolf Among Us went off, and they're making Dispatch, which will be out this month, which we will be covering.
But I want Snow White and Bigby, and I want them all back. Maybe
Too damn bad, Jared.
I know. Maybe I should read the comics. You have one more?
Marissa Marcel, played by Manon Gage from Immortality. She is basically playing 4 roles in a single thing, and it's a little bit complicated because, like, it's hard to compare directly because she gets to be like you get to see, you know, footage of her, and it's not like performance capture. This is just like, they filmed some footage or whatever. They recorded some video of her and ran it through film filters. I don't know if they actually filmed it with film. She is playing basically 4 characters. She's like playing like the main character, and then that character like in reality, in like the reality of the game, and then 3 characters in movies. And it's so easy to tell who is who. Like what character she's playing, and she has to do so much like really like stressful acting that I can't imagine how emotionally draining making that game must have been for her. But she absolutely fucking crushes it. Immortality is an incredible performance, like an incredible game that hinges so much on her performance.
And you didn't go with her story.
No, it's great. I love it, but I think of those 3 games, Marissa Marcel is the strongest character.
Okay. The last one I have, do you happen to know a man by the name of Kevin Brighting?
I don't. Not off the top of my head.
Well, if you heard Kevin Brighting, you would immediately say, hey, isn't that the narrator from the Stanley Parable?
Oh, it's just generic British guy.
How dare you?
I mean, that's how it is, right?
How
He's
dare
the
you?
British guy.
That man puts the entire game on his back and crushes it like a grape. Are you kidding me?
He sounds like he could be narrating a Paddington trailer.
He should! That's how good he is. This man, single-handedly, makes this game what it is. You can't take any random British person off the street and say, like, can you read these lines and make them, like, memorable and witty or sarcastic or, like, somber? Like, no. No, you can't. Kevin Brighting, maybe the most underrated performance of all time. Man, my favorite.
It's also, what the fuck is his name? Stephen Fry. He's also a little Stephen Fry-y.
But,
like, it's cheeky.
But didn't turn out to be a giant piece of shit.
Cheeky upper crust British person.
Yes, but unlike Stephen Fry, didn't turn out to be a giant piece of shit.
Yeah, no, listen, fuck Stephen Fry, for sure. But, like, he's definitely doing the Stephen Fry shit.
But better.
I remember how games were really leaning into the, like, British narrator for like, I don't know, a couple years. Like, Little Big Planet obviously literally had Stephen Fry, but I feel like there was a run of probably, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 games that had, like, a British narrator doing that shit, like, Frobisher says!
Wasn't there, like, a Western narrator in Bastion?
I mean, I guess Western, I guess.
The guy picked up the gun, and then he shot the enemy.
I don't think of it as necessarily Western, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just trying to think of, like, games
Bastion.
with narrators. Like, Baldur's Gate 3, obviously, but, like, Disco Elysium.
Yeah. I mean, it is British, but it isn't British doing Stephen Fry. It's British doing, like, grizzled dirtbag.
Yeah. Alright, what's your final one?
That was it. I did 5.
Oh. Okay,
Mo
then.
Corley by Sal Katsusi, Arya Talok by Carrie-Anne Moss, Senua by Melina Juergens, Delilah by Sissy Jones, and Marissa Marcel by Manning Gage.
Okay. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I had a really hard time picking in the slot that I gave to Mo Corley. I was like, do I pick one of the performances from Day of the Tentacle? Do I pick one of the performances from Sam & Max? I think that, like, those are also, like, burned into my brain. And so, like, that's one I struggled with. I think, like, the voice acting in those LucasArts games are just fucking out of this world. And they're funny. Like, that's the whole thing, is, like, you were saying how hard comedy is and how relatively rare it is in games. And, like, so many of those LucasArts adventures, I mean, like, obviously, like, notoriously, you know, the Monkey Island games are also extremely funny and have great performances. So yeah, you can just run down all those LucasArts adventure games and go, hey, if they have voice acting in them, it's probably pretty fucking good.
I will rapid fire through these. I mean, Rockstar has a long legacy of voice acting, grabbing celebrities for Grand Theft Auto games, but there are times where it actually,
Danny Tamborelli.
Yeah. Officer Tenpenny was Samuel L. Jackson in San Andreas, Arthur Morgan in Red Dead 2. There's a ton for Rockstar games. The guy who plays the American drinking Pepsi in the commercials for Pepsi Man in between the levels. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did you spend a lot of time playing Pepsi Man, Jared?
I've never played Pepsi Man, but they run it at a lot of awesome games done quick and summer games done quick, and they always and they always show the cutscenes where there's like an American like drinking Pepsi. That's a great performance.
Is that's why you've referenced Pepsi Man so many times?
It's so great. Everyone in Half-Life 2. The G-Man and Alex and her dad, Dr. Steiner and Barney, fucker who's like, welcome to City 17. There are a lot of really good performances in the Half-Life games. The villains in Far Cry, Michael Mando and Troy Baker and Giancarlo Esposito, those are great. Keith David is the fucking Arbiter in the Halo games, and he's excellent.
Keith David as Keith David in
anything?
Saints Row. In Saints Row.
Yeah,
where he's
Saints
literally
Row,
playing Keith David.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he's also plays one of the fucking characters. Like he played like one of the gang bosses, and then that character died, and they're just like, we fucking love Keith David, so what if we just make Keith David as Keith David?
No, but he definitely makes the Arbiter like the most interesting character in all of the Halo games. For his arc,
and not for nothing, but Saints Row does not get enough credit for it. They have so many main character voice options that have like a non-trivial amount of dialogue. There's so many fucking options to change how the boss sounds in those Saints Row games, and then they just delivers like full fucking lines of dialogue. So it isn't just grunts. Saints Row is great, and not enough love was given to Volition. And R.I.P. Volition.
Yes. The guy who does Sergeant Johnson in the Halo games. Hilarious. Actor Aaron Stanton from Mad Men plays Cole Phelps in L.A. Noire. And there's a lot of L.A. Noire that I very much enjoy.
I mean, it's obviously... It was really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much bad acting.
I know.
It's a game that, like, where performance is so important, but it's also that, like, okay, now... Make a face that's so crazy, nobody will know what the fuck you're doing.
No, but there's still a lot of really good stuff in that. And a lot of Mad Men character actors who I love. Alan Wake 2? What's the name of the guy who does the late night show? He was supposed to be Lance Reddick, but the guy who they replaced him with is unbelievable in Alan Wake 2.
Yep.
A lot of Remedy games have very good performances in them.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially like because they will just have stuff on the TV that they're doing the most buck wild shit imaginable.
The guy who plays the twin selling beer.
Warland Door
yeah,
is the character. Yep. David Harewood.
And Ashley Birch does a bunch of great stuff in Horizon and as Tiny Tina.
She was on the list on like what are great performances. She's really fucking good in those Horizon games.
There you go. I think that's a good comprehensive
Lance Reddick
list.
in the Horizon games are fucking great. His performances are really, really fucking good.
Months ago, I was at my dad's place and we watched Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff, and we were stunned to see a scene with Lance Reddick. We were like, "Oh my god! Like he filmed this before he passed." Like it was one of those like, "Oh shit!" kind of moments.
How many fucking John Wick movies are there? Too many.
4. And then there's a spin-off with Ana de Armas, which is okay. And then there was a TV series with Mel Gibson that they tried doing. It's like a prequel. Ugh. And that did not work. Didn't work.
Well, no shit. What are you bringing that piece of shit in for?
Don't ask me.
Woof.
So the reason we talked about our best performances is because I've been playing Ghost of Yotei. Grant, I thought Ghost of Tsushima was fine.
I thought it was pretty good. They did a good job.
I played a lot of it because it was COVID. And there was nothing else to do in the pandemic other than yell about The Last of Us Part 2. But Ghost of Yotei.
You're going to get another text.
No, I'm not.
Katie's going to be on your ass.
Ghost of Yotei improves every single part of Ghost of Tsushima. And I would not be shocked if this ends up in my top 3 of the year. I'm loving it. I didn't think I would. I'm really enjoying it. They just made everything better.
Yeah, I mean, Erika Ishii is great. I really wish they weren't being shitty about the whole Charlie Kirk aftermath shit.
I think that's Sony. I think Sony told them to do it. I don't think.
But it's not. They've come out and talked about it like at the studio.
Really? Oh,
yeah. It sucks. Fuck them. But like, I'm glad the game's good, and I'm glad because like it's simultaneously like when there was a feminine protagonist, the worst people on the internet just immediately start shitting on the game. And then it reviewed like really well, like high 80s broadly, speaking in like the like OpenCritic and Metacritic and stuff. So like by all accounts, they've delivered a good game. And obviously like I love Erika Ishii. They're great. Like they are very funny and have a great voice. And also Erika Ishii is in so many, it's like if there is an indie game there is a decent that you're playing, there is a decent chance that Erika Ishii is in it.
And you know what? Immediately the game kicks off and the story starts. There's not this long drawn out thing with like, oh, the village is on fire, and we got to introduce the bad guy, and we got to teach you how to play. Like, this game just goes, and it is super fun, and they kind of like got rid of some stuff that didn't work, and they just doubled down on what did work, and I just roam around, and you just kind of just choose what you want to do, and then very wisely the game will sort of like, hey, like, you know, whenever you sit at a campfire and rest, like, merchants will like come, and they're like, hey, like, you can upgrade your bow or your sword or your armor, like, the guy will just wander to your camp and just be like, there, like, oh, well, thank you, game, like, I didn't realize I could upgrade this thing, I'll just do that right now. And it almost like, everywhere you look, there is like a story going on where you walk up and it's like a side quest. It's like overwhelming in a good way, where you're just roaming around. Like, you can't throw a rock and not hit some interesting thing to collect or do. It's like they use the space really wisely. I'm having a ball, and adding new weapons to counter other weapons is much better than stances, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm stunned at how much they have improved upon the formula of Ghost of Tsushima.
I mean, that's good to hear. Also, fucking Sony, like, finally put out a fucking game. How long has it been since they have put out like a big fuck off AAA major release? It's been a while. Sony really they really whiffed it like this generation, because they invested so much in shit that they then burned to the ground, and now they're like, oh right, video games, shit.
Death Stranding 2 doesn't count.
It kind of counts because it is exclusive, I guess. So like, but it's not internally developed.
What was their big game last year?
Oh,
the fact that we're struggling to think of an answer.
Yeah,
it wasn't Insomniac. It wasn't Naughty Dog.
Oh, Astrobot.
Yeah, Astrobot. Fuck yeah.
I mean, great. I mean, by all means, keep making shit like Astrobot.
Hell yeah. And they'll have more stuff next year. They'll have Savros. What's the Housemarque thing?
Yeah, George Soros. Right.
Yeah, they'll have that, and they'll have Wolverine. Anyways, I've also been playing Megabonk, and it's an $8 game, and it is Vampire Survivors in 3D, and it is no more, no less. So if you like Vampire Survivors, this steals every mechanic and some weapons.
When you say 3D, are you talking about like, oh, it's polygonal and like over the shoulder, or is it 3D like you're in a 3D space, like you're in a ship and you can move in like any direction?
It is polygonal, but like PS1-ish, Dreamcast-ish.
Okay,
like,
but you're like on the ground. You're not you're being surrounded in 360 degrees, but not like in every other. Like, you're not getting hit diagonally like in the air or anything.
Oh no! You can jump. You have full control of the camera. Enemies can be above you. You can climb up things as a monkey. You can like hop around as a spaceman or a ninja. You can be a robot with 2 guns. You can be an orc with axes, or like they just like the whole kit and caboodle. And there's different levels with like trees and like deserty hills and plains and all sorts of secrets.
At some point, it's getting away from the Vampire Survivors of it, right? Because
no,
like the whole thing about Vampire Survivors, but isn't Vampire Survivors like relatively like straightforward? Like in that, like you're just dumping.
It. You're wandering around. The attacks are automatic, and they automatically go to the closest person or whatever I guess is the highest target. And
so you're not even aiming.
I think there might be some things that you aim with later, but I've not unlocked them. Everything has been automatic, either it be AoE or bow and arrow, gun, throwing a flask and it leaves like poison, or like leaving like fire on the ground as you like walk, so you can like leave a trail, sort of like alligator zigzag to like get enemies to be in the fire. But they drop chests. It's the same dun, 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 with the rainbow colors and the experience points and the magnet and the health drops and the boss. It's like Vampire Survivors to a T.
I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evil East Chronicles. We streamed some of that.
We sure did.
Last week. It's up on videogame.town. I think that it is an incredible way to play through that game. It has a bunch of like really solid voice acting. Swerves away from some of the writing that you would worry that it might be a little annoying, like a little too old-timey. Swerves away from that. There's a bunch of great, like the way they've redone the UI to look better and function better is great. It's very easy to see kind of like where you are in the turn order. Easy to manipulate, go back and reset. It's a great game. Like the PS1 game is great, and like they did like a PSP version that was improved, and this is a touched up, better. And you can absolutely go and play like, okay, what does this look like with old timey graphics, with the better translation? So yeah, no, it is a great package. It's $50. It's available on Switch 2. It's on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. It's pretty much everywhere you would expect it to be, and it's just a really rock solid release. And if you have not played Final Fantasy Tactics, it is a great excuse to go through and play Final Fantasy Tactics. Now we just have to hope that they do give this same level of attention to Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which is like my beloved Final Fantasy Tactics.
And that's
game.
A different game.
It's a different game,
Not
totally different game.
Okay.
No, not a port. It is set in. It also, you're in Ivalice, but it's like you're in Dream Ivalice. Like you're a little boy, and you fall into like the dream world or whatever. That is Ivalice. So yes, it is. It's a totally different game, but I mean, obviously, it is influenced by Final Fantasy Tactics, but different game, different story, different situations, all that good stuff. So it's good. I've also been continuing to rock through Blippo. I'm a significant way through of what the content is available, and I would say that it continues to deliver the goods on what I would hope out of Blippo, a Blippo Plus. And that's really good. And just waiting around for October. There's going to be a handful of games that is coming out that we're kicking through. I've continued to chip away at Death Stranding 2. I'm not spending huge amounts of time going through it, but I'm doing probably 2-3 hours a week, something like that. At Death Stranding 2, I think it's a good game, but it's a really long game. So will I finish it before the end of the year? Question mark. But Death Stranding 2 is really good.
So I'm desperately trying to come back to Death Stranding 2, which might end up being my game of the year, because I played so much of Death Stranding 1 this year. But there's so many fucking games coming out, and I'm sure if someone were to gift me Final Fantasy Tactics for a holiday, I'd play it. And there's Pokemon coming, and Katamari coming, and all sorts of things coming. But I'm really hoping that outside of Metroid, like Thanksgiving, like December break, I can just get through some stuff and then be ready for our game of the year. Which, would you rather do that in December or January?
I like to do it in December. That's typically where I'm in the most. I know more and more people are pushing it to January, but I guess we can play it by ear. It also depends on how late things are coming out, because December 6th is Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. Listen, I was poo-pooing this year, and then I looked at my list and my top 10, and then I looked at what games are outside of the top 10, and then what's still coming out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a hard top 10.
Yeah, I feel like I have been on this has been a pretty decent year for games.
This is a quite stacked year of 8s and 9s, which, by the way, IGN should have gave Ghost of Yotei a 9, not an 8. Anyways, Grant, you have a quiz.
I do have a game, but also, come on, who gives a shit what one outlet gives?
But this affects my fantasy critic. Ooh!
Smash Effect is what this is called,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a
Smash
bracket
TV?
of romanceable characters in the first 3 Mass Effect games.
Oh, I thought you were going Smash Brothers or Smash TV.
I like Mass Effect more than I like either of those.
I know.
So there are 16 romanceable characters. Paired them off, and so we will start in first. Liara, probably considered the character that the developers are most pushing you to romance, especially in Mass Effect 1. Extra special in Mass Effect 1, they push you to romance her. But she has the most content, kind of regardless. She has dedicated DLC in Mass Effect 2. She is the most. There's the most written about her. She has the most writing of any of the of the partner characters in Mass Effect 3. Liara is as close to the main character as you can get without being Shepard. Versus Morinth, who is an Ardot Yakshi, who, if you try to romance, she will murder you to death.
Okay. I have a list up of everyone you can romance in all these games.
Okay.
Because I need to
I
refresh
made the
my
bracket.
memory.
Hold on. I was trying to hide the pairings. If you want the bracket, I can give you the bracket.
Oh, Morinth. Okay, I remember this one. So why would I vote for this fucking serial killer over Liara?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's tiered. Like Liara is the number one, and Morinth is the end. So, spoilers. You probably got to pick Liara, right?
Yeah, of course I am. What am I nuts? I don't want to.
Okay,
I don't want to game over early.
That's how brackets work, Jared.
I thought this was a quiz, not a bracket, but whatever. That's fine.
Tally,
Yeah.
In her suit
Mm-hmm.
with her like with like her Slavic accent
Mm-hmm.
versus James Vega, introduced in the third game as a meathead grunt.
Okay, so this is... For some reason, my brain thought of Jacob Taylor. That's a different person.
Different guy.
James Vega. Oh, no. No, it's Tali.
Tally wins.
Do you have like a prediction of like what I'm going to end up going with?
I mean, I had given them the numbers, but I now can't see them easily. I bracketed them out, but I have them bracketed.
That's fine.
Let's see. Garrus, who is your main man, he's with you through thick and through thin, versus Javik, the new exciting alien, the last of his race, who is also a massive dick.
Garrus, voiced by Brandon Keener, is going to easily defeat...
Crush.
Oh,
Javik.
yeah.
Get crushed.
Javik.
Jack, who is the psychotic biotic, if you will. She has covered in tattoos. She's sometimes bald, but sometimes not bald. And she has such an attitude. But she's so alluring in her trauma and her embraced sexuality. Versus Diana Allers, who is just Jessica Chobin.
Oh, man. Do I go upset here and pick Jessica Chobot?
Fucking dude, what? Diana Allers sucks ass.
I'm so torn.
How are you torn? Jack's an incredible character that has maybe the best arc in the three games. Like her status in 2 and then how she ends up in 3 is so good, and Diana Allers is just a miscellaneous reporter you can pretend to sleep with.
Playing the game, one person is bald and tattooed and scares me, and the other one's Jessica Chobot. Who do you think I'm going to try to smooch?
Jack is the correct answer, Jared.
Nah, give me Jessica Chobot.
Insane. This is recorded, Jared. This is going out publicly.
I'm okay with people wanting to know that I would like to smooch Jessica Chobot. That's fine.
But Jack is so much more compelling. Just wildly more compelling. Miranda versus Caden.
Miranda.
So the most perfect genetically engineered person versus the most boring person that's ever existed.
Miranda.
It's Miranda.
Which is...
Ashley...
Wait, real quick. Portrayed by Yvonne Strahovski. What happened to her career?
I don't know. She was on one of those TV shows, right?
She was on a lot of TV shows, and then she just disappeared.
Solving crime TV shows.
She was on Chuck and Louie and some other stuff.
Other first names. Ashley, noted space racist.
Fuck her.
Versus Samara, noted space cop.
Samara.
Get fucked, Ashley.
I will not allow space racists.
Steve Cortez, who is the very sad, gay man mechanic who lost his partner in Mass Effect 3, versus Samantha Trainer, who is miscellaneous, chipper, lesbian, assistant, like Shepard's assistant in 3, who has the hots for ED.
When I did my FemShep playthrough of the trilogy, this was the person I went with.
You didn't have somebody, you were just like, well, whoever I romanced before, fuck them.
I ended up going with some, because I remember in the original playthrough, my male Shepard, I was hitting on everyone. I was flirting with everyone. And then in this one, it just happened this way. So.
Thane, who is the, assassin with terminal disease, versus Jacob, the second most boring person in the world.
Oh, Thane, not even close.
Thane whips ass.
Hell yeah.
And it's not close. Liara versus Samantha Trainer.
I'm going to vote against what I did in my playthrough so that you don't yell at me. But I do love Liara. This is not appeasing you. I mean, this is,
But Liara is so clearly
I know.
like a full character, and Samantha barely is like basically a comedy character.
That's fine.
Miranda versus Jessica Chobot, which I will no longer dignify with the character's name.
Miranda.
That's Miranda, okay. Shake my head, Diana Allers. Samara versus Garrus. See, this is hard. I like them both. Like, I think Garrus is like my guy. He's my guy.
I'm gonna go Samara.
Wow, Garrus found dead in a ditch.
I wanna go into battle with Garrus. I don't necessarily need to like marry him. I want him to be my bro.
Thane, sexy, gravel-voiced assassin, with a bad relationship with his son, and a terminal illness, versus Tally, who can't breathe the regular air. Tally wins. Liara, the literal shadow broker, versus Miranda. Genetic. Miranda over Liara?
Miranda.
What are we doing?
All day, every day. This is not best character, Grant. This is not best character.
Samara versus Tally. Okay, so now we have to pick. Now we have to do the who wins third place. Liara versus Samara.
I'm gonna go Samara.
Over Liara?
Again,
Space Cop.
This is not the best character. This is the character I would like to smooch.
Really? I'm just surprised that you would rather smooch Samara than Liara.
I'm a vulnerable, fragile, scrawny man who is looking for very particular things.
A matriarch.
Some physical things.
Right. Mommies. Right. Miranda versus Tally.
Miranda. All day, every day.
I cannot believe
the cameramen from Mass Effect 2 knew what they were doing.
Thankfully they get rid of some of the most egregious shit.
I know,
but in the remaster,
man, horny me in college, Miranda all day. Listen, I'm getting a text from my fiance saying, "Who are you smooching?" So this is going off the rails. But
I think the answer is Jessica Chobot. I cannot believe Jessica Chobot beat Jack. But there we go. Winner is Miranda. Second place Tally, which I would agree Tally should go to the dance. Like, Tally is a rock solid contender. But you like Miranda. There you go.
Yeah,
now we know.
You're goddamn right I do.
I would say she has a good story, but that she's given very little in Mass Effect 3.
I'm now Googling images to show the person I'm about to marry why I have chosen this character, and I think we all know the reason why.
He's pointing to dat ass.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
With his cursor.
Thanks for listening.
Is that what we're calling it now? That's what we're calling it now? His cursor?
Thanks for listening, everyone. You can find Video Game Town on Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, I think that's it, and videogame.town, Patreon, Ko-fi. I think this was a great ending to the show that will not get me in trouble whatsoever with anyone.
Google Jessica Chobot,
licking a PSP.
Videogame.town/donate. Oh God, Jesus Christ! All right, please check things out. We have various things that have gone up. I'm trying to think about the things that have recently gone up. We have our stream of Final Fantasy Tactics, which is good. You're going to be out sometime in the middle of this month, so I think probably look forward to one Molly Bradley.
Yeah,
almost certainly Molly Bradley on the thing. You had the most fuckable NBA mascots.
Yep.
You had a deconstruct and rebuild Smash rosters. We streamed Final Fantasy Tactics. You reviewed Dying Light the Beast. So all that good stuff. Videogame.town. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.